Hello everyone, myself Dr. Rajiv Kumar, Assistant Professor, Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, welcome you all to this week 3, lecture 5 on the course Rural Marketing, Principles, Strategies and Practices. Today, in this lecture 5, we are going to understand about this consumer behavior model, or you can say that 3 component which is involved in this consumer behavior model. Also, in addition to this, we are going to understand regarding this consumer motivation and the theories associated with this consumer motivation. So, after this lecture, one will able to understand that before designing this product and services, what 3 important component that should be taken by this marketer to move ahead. And secondly, we will talk about this consumer motivation. As I told you, everybody wants this motivation. Until and unless you don't have motivation, you will not going to show your behavior toward any product or the services. So we are going to discuss these 3, you can say that concept today in this lecture 5th class. So in this previous classes, we have talked about what are the importance of this consumer behavior, what are the process of this consumer behavior, and most importantly, what are the factors that is influencing the consumer behavior. And in that we have discussed various social, cultural factors, various demographic factors, various you can say the technological factors, psychological factors that building this consumer mind. So today we are going to discuss the important this consumer model, which generally show like this. If you see this figure, if you see this slide, it is generally related with this consumer decision making process. So the first thing you will find out, there are 3 important components to this model, you can say that. The first one is input. The second one is process, and third one is output. So these are the 3 basic components of this consumer behavior model. Then what is input? Input are those you can say that element, or you can say that those stimuli which generally this marketers create, so that that will be going to trigger this consumer mind. If you see this, in this input, there are 2 types of effort that is made by this, the firm marketing effort and socio-cultural environment. I told you, generally there are 2 types of motivations, that is intrinsic and extrinsic. What is intrinsic? Something that is created within ourselves. We found something that something is lacking. And the another one is external, which generally the marketer creates. That is coming from the outside, you can say that outside this your body. The first one, that is, it is created by this firm marketing effort. This is external. Apart from this internal, it is very important for the marketers to create the need in their target audience. And how they are going to create it? They are providing this stimuli. I told you in this previous class regarding what do you mean by stimuli. Stimuli are any element or any, you can say that material or any effort that is produced by or made by this marketer or organization, which is going to trigger the purchasing decision or changing the purchasing behavior of the consumer, or you can say the customers. That is very important. Again, I told you, mind it. Something we create from inside. If I am thirsty, this is my motivation to drink water. If I required some food, it is my intrinsic motivation. In this, marketer has to do nothing. No. But again, they can do? They can create those stimuli, they can create those elements, they can create those materials that can identify this need from this consumer mind related with that product and services. So if you see this in this, the first one, firm marketing effort, which is created by the marketer, the first one that goes is the product. They create this need regarding this product. If you talk about this rural market, there are various needs, but again, their needs are totally different from the urban market, and that is classified on the basis of their standard of living, this income generation, their occupations, their traditional or cultural way of living, which is, you can say that, totally different from the urban market. So what marketer has to do, they have to identify that which type of product is or to be created as per the need of the rural target audience. Whatever the product may be. Maybe it can be related with the food item, maybe it can be related with the daily items, any related with this clothing items, related with this equipment items, anything that should be matched up with this need of the ruler, you can say that market, and it should be identified through this various parameter. As I told you, the social cultural the aspects, their traditional way of thinking, their psychological way of thinking. This all thing marketer has to take into account. The promotional, second one, what the marketer is doing is, this is very important, you can say that one of the P's of this marketing, promotion. Promotion is nothing, it is just only creating this or providing this all the possible informations in any forms. There are different form of promotional tools that is going to cater this target audience. For example, say, may or may not be advertisement, which is one of the important form of promotion, can be used in this rural market, because advertisement generally caters huge cost. So I mean to say that marketer has to understand that which type of tool, promotional tool, there are various type of tool, like I have told you, this advertisement, personal selling, publicity, this PR, sales promotions. Which type of promotional tool for which type of product is going to be, you can say that, fixed, or you should go to, we can say that should be catering the target audience. Third one is that is related with this pricing, the effort that is coming from marketing, which is coming under input. As I told you, the first element is input. Third is very important, pricing. As I told you, our society has been divided into different classes. Lower class, middle class, upper class. So you can't sell, a marketer can't sell, or organization can't sell BMW to everybody. No. Every need and preference is totally different of this market. So the pricing should be also according to this need and preference of the target, or you can say that they should be aligned with this, the purchasing capacity of the rural market. The marketer has to understand that whether this target market is able to pay for my product or services or not. And if they make this product without going for this research, we are going to discuss in this next lecture what is research, how this research is going to be very important before designing this product or the services. You are going to fail in the market. If you are not, the price is not aligned with this target audience need and preference, totally you are going to fail in this target audience. So third one is pricing. The fourth one is channel of distribution. This is very important. To what channel you are going to distribute. It can be also known as place, where you are going to sell your product and the services. In this 21st century, we have lot of options, lot of platform has been created. We have online, we have, you can say that, various social platforms was another various groups where they are promoting their products and the services, or even you can say that selling their product and the services. So, in accordance with this rural market, which type of place is going to be very important? The marketer has to understand this. As one of the important aspect, or you can say challenges that this rural market is facing, is the infrastructure. Though we are moving in this good areas, we are improving, but still lot of effort has to be done to improve this infrastructure. Our roads are not up to the mark. The connectivity is not up to the mark. Connectivity can be through various means. Either they can be rail, through air, through water. Now the era is coming where urban rural is not going to be different. They have to be taken into account as a one, because huge market is there in this rural context. As we have talked about, 65% of our Indian population is there. So we have to move up, and we have to look after this, how we are going to overcome this location, how we are going to create this connectivity, smooth connectivity in this rural context. I am not talking about this urban context, in this making of the road through, you can say that air connection also, through water connections also. That is the future is coming in this, in coming, you can say that, time. The second one, apart from this input, in this input, the second one is, we talked about, is socio-cultural environment. In this you will find out very important, you can say, groups that influence the, you can say, the rural consumer mind very significantly. The first one is family, information source, other non-commercial, social class, subculture and culture we have discussed in this previous class. I told you there are various type of groups, primary group, secondary groups. For example, say if a rural consumer has made this mind to purchase an, you can say, that product. So generally where he is going to take this options, or you can informations, the customer will just go through this, his families, the person who his best friend are. They will just give them the basic inputs, the important input. According to that, their mind also get changes. So I mean to say that you are not catering the product to that particular individual, rather you are catering the product to this whole families, whole neighbors, the important persons, you can say that in this villages. If you are catering a village, for example, say the first person who is very renowned is going to be the Pradhan. For example, say everybody listen to them, or any respected persons who generally the people believes. So generally the word of mouth from that particular renowned person create a lot of influence on this buying behavior. So I mean to say that this social cultural environment in the shape of all this parameter that I have said is going to be identified by the marketers in order to promote their product and the services. In order to understand this consumer behavior, it is very important. The second one that is apart from this input is going to be the process. So what we do as an individual, we take some input. Mind it, we take some input in the form of either that is coming from within our body, and second one which is coming from the outside the world, which is created by the marketers, that is on the basis of 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, promotion. And this socio-cultural environment play a very important role. And after getting this input, where it goes in, it is known as, in consumer behavior, there is a concept called black box model. By the name you can understand the black box, where you can't see anything, it is intangible. But major thing that goes inside our mind after taking this input, the first thing that we take into account is our need. Until and unless we don't have need, we are not going to move further. We have to identify the need. As I told you, we will discuss this Maslow hierarchy need theory after this. There are 5 categories of need. The first need is basic need. Need for food, water, sleep. So if I'm just thirsty, I want water. And if I see something from outside world which is created by the marketer, which is in the form of information, that our behavior got changed and it can be related, converted into purchasing decision. So the first one that is should take into account by this organization is a need. The marketer has to create the need in any aspect, and this need should be created by studying the, you can say that, various factors that is influencing this consumer behavior in rural context, that is social cultural environment, technological, psychological, सारे conditions को पढ़ के हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. Second one we are going to move is evaluation of alternatives. I told you in this previous class there are 5 categories generally: need recognitions, information search, alternative evaluation, purchasing decision, post-purchase behavior. This all 5 categories will go inside our mind. This will go inside, or we will think whether this input is matching with our need or not. We going to start this matching with our behavior, we matching with our, you can say that, purchasing capacity. We start matching with our traditional or cultural aspects. So these 5 categories should be very important for the marketer to understand, because everyone goes through these steps to reach this purchasing decision. And here the journey doesn't stop, it goes after this also. This is which is known as post-purchase behavior. So if a company is finally selling the product to the customer, that is not the end of the world. No. The customer use that product, whether he is going to be satisfied or not satisfied, the after sales services is also going to be very important. That should be catered by the marketer. And if you see this by the side, there are some psychological field. This is also intangible. It is not seen by anyone. It is what that is happening inside the mind of the customers. How we get motivated, what perception do we have, how our attitude is formed, how this personality play a very important role. Every individual has a different personality. I told you in this previous class. The brand is also acting as a personality minded. Someone who is considered very outdoor, very adventurous, for that Royal Enfield has launched this brand which is just catering that need, that yes, this brand is related with those personalities who is generally adventurous, who is outdoorsy, who is very mature, who is very renowned also. So as per this personality also we build this brand also, how this attitude is formed. We are going to discuss motivation in this next coming time. So all this generally it is related with this process of this consumer model. That this is the second step. And the third step, that is leading to this output. So we are taking this input in the form of stimuli that is created by the marketer, and this is bounded by the different environments. Then again the second one is the process after taking all this input from our surroundings, we process it inside our mind, where this motivation is created, where this personality takes place, where this attitude formation takes place. We take some perceptions and we take all these 5 steps, need recognitions, information search, alternative evaluations, purchasing decision, and post-purchase behavior into our mind, and that will lead to the third step, that is output. What output doesn't mean? It means that we generally show our purchasing intention in the form of our purchasing or repeat purchase. Whether we are going to buy this product, yes, and if we are going to buy this product, the condition will come that we are the first thing, whether we are going to satisfied or we are not going to satisfy. In this, there are three concepts of just, I will let you know. The first thing is satisfaction. The second one is retention. The third one is loyalty. All these three concepts are very different. And I just point out this in a serial manner. When we buy a product, we are firstly either satisfied or dissatisfied. If we are satisfied, it can lead to the purchasing, repeat purchasing. We can go for again and again purchasing for the same product. That will lead to the retention. Retention means we are again buying the product again and again. And the third one is loyalty. Loyalty means you are loyal toward that particular product, whatever the condition is, whatever the 4 P's of marketing is. I am truly very loyal toward that particular product and services. I will buy that product because it has created me, it has served me for a very longer period of a time, and I am very satisfied that by this product and services. So this you can say that input, process and output are three important you can say that parameters of consumer decision making process. The next thing that I want to talk in this class is consumer motivation. This is very important. Why? Because until and unless I told you we are not motivated, how we are going to move ahead? So the first question generally arises in this mind, what is motivation and how one is motivated? Motivation is nothing. It is something that urges one individual from inside toward any product or the services. What is this urges? If you see this, what is this urges? And this will come under, before going ahead, this will come under 4 major psychological factors, that is motivation, perception, learning and belief and attitude. Today I am just going through this motivation because it is one of the important psychological factors which is influencing the buying behavior. So motivation is nothing, it is driving force behind any action. As I told you, until unless you don't feel thirsty, अगर प्यास नहीं लगेगी, आप भी कुछ भी कर लीजिए, आप पानी नहीं पिएंगे. या अगर भूख नहीं लगेगी, आप खाना नहीं खाएंगे, क्योंकि अंदर से आपको मोटिवेशन नहीं आ रहा है कि मुझे भूख लग रही है. इसी तरह आप ये भी समझिए, like this, one can also understand that until unless he or she is feeling motivated to buy this product and services, his behavior is not going to change, never going to change. So the marketer has to work on this motivation. They have to create this motivation that this product is going to serve your need and services. So this is psychological factor that determine the direction of a person behavior. Okay, and this is inner force that stimulates and compel this behavior response toward a specific direction of the responses. The marketer, the first thing the marketer should understand that motivation, how motivation is going to be created. There are 2 types of motivation. If you see this slide, there are 2 types of motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. I told you this has to be worked. Intrinsic means that is coming from individual himself. You find out one day that you have to cultivate your crop. A farmer has to cultivate your crop and he needs good irrigation system. So the need is coming from the ruler itself, the farmer itself. That is intrinsic motivation. And there is another thing, extrinsic, which is created by the same marketers. They are in the form of promotional tools. They are just providing this information that a equipment has launched in this market which is going to solve the problem of farmers related with this irrigation system. See, 2 important aspects are there. One is farmer is still identifying, yes, I have need. Another marketer is created this need that yes, irrigation equipment is there which is going to solve the problem of crop, water loss, increase this crop productivity, soil maintenance. So that is created by this marketer. So this is, the first one is intrinsic and the second one is, so the second one is very important for the marketer because they don't work on intensive, that is coming from inside this, you can say that consumers. There is, in relation with this, there is very important concept in this motivation which is going to discuss by me today is Maslow hierarchy need theory. A researcher called as Maslow, he is something related with the psychological, he worked on the psychological you can say theories, and he given this 5 need of theory in mid 20th century. He said that every individual this has to fulfill his need, and there are basically 5 category of need which generally flow from, if we see this figure, generally there are 5 category of need, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and mind it, this need generally flow from top, this bottom to top. Take an example, until unless you are going to fulfill your basic need, you are not going to move to this safety need. बोलते हैं ना कि जब तक आपकी भूख नहीं मिटेगी आप दूसरा काम नहीं कर पाएंगे. कर पाएंगे? नहीं कर पाएंगे. The first need that Maslow has said that is basic physiological need, that is need related with this food, need related with this thirstiness, need related with this sleep, जिसके बिना आप इस दुनिया में जीवित नहीं रह पाएंगे. तो इस पे मार्केटर काम नहीं करता है. The marketer don't work on this. Again, when you fulfill this basic physiological need, you move to this safety and your security need. What is this? Every individual want safety need for his or her family. Yes or not? In the case of, अब need can be financial need हो सकता है and non-financial need. Everybody want safety in case of finance, so that they can run their family in a good manner. Non-financial needs, they can save from the harmful, you can say that environment that is existing in the societies. Everybody wants. So the first one is basic need, second one is safety need, third one that individual want is belongingness need. Need for the family, need for the friend, need for the peers. We all want this needs. Do we? Yes. We all have friends, we all have families. We listen to them. Without that, we are not going to survive in this. So he said that the third most important need is going to be the social need or belongingness. The fifth need is going to be the esteem need. Esteem need is related with the status, the role in the society. This is going to be very important. So everybody wants this status in the society, everybody wants this reputation in the society, that has to be catered. And the fifth one is self-actualization. Self-actualization means that when he reached to that stage where he is self-fulfilled with all these, you can say that category of product and the services. He is satisfied in his every aspect of a life. So this Maslow need regarding this theory is to be undertaken by this marketer to design this product and the services. So there are some assumptions of this Maslow hierarchy need. People behavior is based on need. Mind it. The assumption I want to tell you, people behavior is based on the need. This need to be understood by the marketer and work accordingly. And people are motivated by unfulfilled needs, and one particular need is satisfied, then they move to this another need. And the individual need start from basic need and going to this higher level. As I told you in this figure, that start from physiological need going to the self-actualization. So by this, I mean by this today class, which is on this understanding this, the 3 important parameters of consumer buying behavior and this consumer motivation, one can understand, the marketer can understand that what are the various inputs that should taken into account before going for designing this product and services or before catering for this target audience. So on the basis of this, I have asked one activity questions. Think that as a marketer targeting in a rural area, how can you apply this Maslow hierarchy need theory to understand and influence the consumer behavior effectively? To take this account, this Maslow behavior, all these 5 kind of needs, and apply in your life and try to build some, you can say, the concept. So today with this, I hope that you got my point on this consumer behavior model and this consumer motivation, which is very important concept in this consumer behavior. Thank you.